La traduction, c'est catalogue l'anglais. Salam.
السلام عليكم. خويا الله يحفظك.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon for everybody. Welcome to official pre-match of press conference of Team Morocco for the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2020 quarter-final match number 60. Morocco-Portugal will take place tomorrow at 6 p.m. in El Tumama Stadium. Before we get started, let me welcome the head coach, Mr. Walid Regragui, and the goalkeeper, number 22, Ahmed Tagnaouti. Please, if you have to ask a question, raise your hands, wait for a microphone, and introduce yourself, your name and organization. Translation is available on the screen through the FIFA interpreting application. Please let us know in which language you are going to ask the question. Switch off your mobile phone or put them in silent mode. Make sure that your mobile hotspot has been disabled. Please, one question per journalist. Photographers are allowed on the first 5 minutes. Afterwards, then please, you must leave the room. Much appreciated your understanding. Allow me, before we give the floor to journalists, to ask both coach and player as an opening statement. What do you think about the match tomorrow?
Parle du match ou on commence les questions?
Parlez des matchs.
Bon. Bonjour, salam alaikum. Bon, bah,
Good
c'est un quart
afternoon.
de finale de Coupe du Monde. Plus les matchs,
Well, it's a World Cup
plus les
quarterfinal,
matchs avancent, plus la difficulté
and the
est
further
plus
you go in this
importante. On
tournament,
va tomber
the
encore
more
contre une
difficult
équipe qui est une des
the
meilleures au
matches.
monde, avec
We're
des
going to play
joueurs
one of
qui
the best
jouent
teams in the world,
dans pratiquement les
with
meilleurs clubs au
players
monde,
who play among
avec
the
un des
best
meilleurs
clubs
joueurs
in
de
the world,
l'histoire.
with one of the
Donc
best
voilà, on sait que
players
ça va
in
pas être facile,
history.
mais comme l'Espagne, comme contre
So
la
we know
Belgique,
it's going
comme
to be
contre la
tough, but
Croatie, de
as
toute
against
façon,
Spain, Belgium, and
tous
Croatia,
ces matchs-là sont
all of
de la
those
même difficulté. Donc voilà, on va
were
donner le maximum
similarly
encore
tough matches.
pour essayer de
So
créer
we're going
encore
to
la
do
surprise,
everything we can
puisque personne
to
ne nous attend
drive
ni en
a
huitième ni en
surprise.
quart.
No one
Maintenant, on
expected to see us
a
in the
encore
last
un
16
match
or in the
important pour
quarterfinals,
rentrer encore plus dans
and we
l'histoire.
have now another
Et on
match
est
to
très
get us even
motivés
further into the
pour
history
réussir notre
books.
challenge. Mais
And
on
we
respecte
are
beaucoup, on les a
to rise
observés.
to this challenge. We
Ils sont
do
à leur
have great
niveau,
respect for Portugal. We've seen them.
des attaquants de
They're
très haut
playing well.
niveau. Ils
They have
savent
very
aussi
good strikers,
qu'on est une bonne
but
équipe,
they
je
also
pense.
know
Et ça va être
that
un match qui va être équilibré, qui va jouer
we're
sur
not
les
an easy
détails
team
comme en
to
huitième de
play,
finale.
and it's going to be quite a balanced
Thank you.
match, and
Mr.
it's going
Tagnaouti, please.
to be the little details that will be decisive.
السلام عليكم. أول حاجة بالنسبة للمقابلة ديال غدا إن شاء الله.
First of all, for tomorrow's match, as you know,
ديال لا كوب دو موند.
it's the
والحمد لله إحنا واجدين
quarterfinal of a
مزيان
World Cup,
ومبريبارين الماتش
and
ديالنا مزيان.
by the grace of God, we
ونستافدوا إن شاء
are
الله بقى
ready.
غنفلوشوا
We have
ديالنا باش
prepared,
نجربوا
and we
ندوزو
hope to
حتى
go
الفينال إن شاء
through
الله.
and go on, so we can make
Thank
our
you.
Moroccans happy
The floor
and
is
move on
yours,
to the
please.
half final.
عادل الرحموني مدير موقع ماتش بريس
Adil
بالمغرب.
Rahmouni from Match
سؤال
Press in
للسي وليد
Morocco. My
منذ
question
لحظات
is for
انتهت
Mr. Walid.
المؤتمر الصحفي ديال المدير
The
البرتغالي مع واحد
conference
اللاعبين
for
واحد اللاعبين
the
قال بان
Portuguese team and the coach of the Portuguese team has just ended, and he
المنتخب
said that
الوطني
he have
نقاط
studied
القوة ديالهم والنقط ديال
the
الضعف
Moroccan team
وانهم
with
غادي
their
يلعبوا
strength
على
and their
افضل ما شافوهمش
weak
في
points,
المنتخب كيلعب
and
معاهم.
he said that they will play on their
شنو هي
weak
الاسلحه اللي
points
ممكن
that
يوظف
other teams haven't seen
الركراكي في هذه
yet.
المباراه؟
What would be
بالنسبه للسي
your
التغناوتي
tools that you could use
كنشوف
for
تعرفوا بان
tomorrow's
هذه
team?
المباريات
For Mr.
فيها واحد
Tagnaouti,
النوع
as you
ديال
know,
الحساسيه
such
خاصه
games
ما بين
are
المغرب
very
والبرتغال
sensitive,
اللي تعرفوا
especially
معهم جوج
with
مرات
against Portugal,
فازوا في
which we
جوج
faced
الوغ
twice. They
شنو هي
won,
العقليه ديال اللاعب
and
هما كيبغيو
we won
المربع
over them.
الذهبي كيفاش
So,
عقليه
what is
اللاعب
your state of
المغربي
mind knowing that you can
وهو
actually
غادي
get
يفاتح
into
على المربع
half
الذهبي؟
final? And the Moroccan player, how would he see that? Thank you.
أول حاجة كما كتعرف
Well, first of
هاد
all,
المقابلة هادي كما
as you
قلت
know,
هما لا كارت
this
فينال.
this game, as I
وحنا عارفين
already said, is a
مسؤوليتنا ديالنا
quarterfinal,
وبالنسبة زعما
and we know
الحساسيات
our
ما
responsibility.
نفكروش فيهم حنا
As for
سانسيرمون باسكو
sensibilities,
حنا
we don't
كلاعبين
think about that.
كنركزوا بزاف
Us
على
as players, we
الأداء ديالنا
focus
وشنو خصنا
on
نقدموا إن
our
شاء الله باش
performance and what we have to do
ندوزو للدومي
so we
فينال إن
can
شاء الله.
move on
Et
to
voilà.
the semifinals. And that's all.
Ouais. De toute façon, à ce stade de la compétition,
Look,
tout le monde analyse
at
tout
this
le monde.
point of the
Tout le monde
competition,
observe les
At
points
this stage
forts,
in the
les points
tournament,
faibles.
everyone looks at their opponents and tries to
Nous, bien
analyze
sûr qu'on a
their
des points
strong
faibles.
points and their weak points. And of course, like
Le
any team,
Portugal peut-être un peu moins, mais
Portugal
comme
maybe has
l'Espagne,
fewer
comme la
weaknesses
Belgique,
than
comme la
others, but
Croatie, c'est
that was
des
true
équipes
for
de top
Spain,
niveau qui ont
Belgium, and
l'habitude
Croatia as well.
de jouer
These
ce
are
genre de
elite
match. Nous,
teams,
comme
and
l'a dit
we're used to
Reda, on se
playing
focalise
this
sur ce qu'on sait faire,
type of
sur
match.
comment
So
on va
we're
pouvoir leur
focusing on
causer
what
des
we can
problèmes.
do,
On a bien analysé nous aussi,
try and cause problems for
et
them,
on va essayer
and
de mettre un
we've
plan
analyzed them, of course, so we know what to aim
en
for.
marche pour
And we
pouvoir
have a
créer la
plan that
surprise.
we're going to
Après,
apply to try and
comme je l'ai dit,
pull off a surprise. And
se
as I said,
focaliser trop sur le Portugal,
we shouldn't focus too much on Portugal
ça peut nous poser des problèmes. On regarde surtout ce qu'on sait
because
faire, ce qu'on
that
fait bien,
could cause
et on
problems
essaye
for
de
us. We
l'améliorer à
need
chaque
to focus
match
on what we
pour
can do,
être
and we try and
de
get better
mieux en
and better
mieux
as the tournament goes on,
à chaque match. Mais
so that
aujourd'hui,
we can
de
be
toute façon,
stronger and
Portugal
stronger.
est favori.
Of
On va
course,
pas
Portugal's
revenir
the favourite.
dessus. C'est une équipe qui
I
est
don't
amenée à
want
vouloir
to
gagner la Coupe du Monde,
say too much
comme les
about them.
Espagnols.
They will
Et
be
nous,
wanting
on est
to win the World
le
Cup,
petit
but
poussé, la
just as
petite
Spain were,
surprise, le petit
and
caillou dans la
we are the
chaussure.
underdog.
Si on réussit
We
à faire
are
comme
out
on a
there
fait les matchs
to
précédents, je pense
try
qu'on,
to pull off a
comme je
surprise.
l'ai dit, si on sort des poules, on va être compliqué à jouer, on va être compliqué à battre. Donc
And
mon
we're
discours, il
going
va pas
to
changer.
dig deep, and we're going to do everything we can to try and win this game. That's all.
Assalamu alaikum, Walid and Ahmed. Walid, I'll ask the question in English. It's Shaima Khalil from the BBC. تحب نترجم بالعربي after?
Yeah, liberty.
Okay. You're the fourth African team to make it to the quarterfinals after Senegal, Ghana, Cameroon. It's a great legacy. You're the first Arab team to get this far to the quarterfinals. We've spoken to your fans in the stadium, outside the stadium, from across the region. They were celebrating in the Arab world. They were celebrating all over the world. How does this make you feel? What is your message to your fans, especially in the region? And what's your biggest challenge against Portugal? بالعربي ولا؟
No, the first I'm proud, me and my country and my team, to make Morocco in this state. But yes, you represent first Moroccan people, because one country. After, I know for the origin, for the religion, you have Arabic people also, and now you have the first team Arabic people play quarter final. But we are African, the first, and I think, and you feel in the social media, and you feel the positive vibe. You have not only now one country behind you. You have one continent. You have Arabic people also is with you, and I think the fans is come to support you in Tumama Stadium, inshallah, for you make history together. And that is very important for us. But we don't forget the first we play for us and for my country. But we feel this positive vibe. A lot of people, Arabic people, African people, and Moroccan people. A lot of people pray for us. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you. Please, photographer, you can leave, please.
Coach Walid,
Yes.
over here. Mark Gleeson from Reuters. I wanted to ask you about your injuries, so about Aguerd, about Saiss, about Amrabat, and if you are to miss a player like Aguerd, how big a blow is that going to be for you?
Yes, and in the beginning of the competition, a lot of injury, a lot of people sick. We play a lot of game, and you are not 100% of the team. You can play with 100% power, but I'm proud for that, because nobody see Moroccan with 100% player. He can play with this possibility. Now we have Aguerd. We are waiting tomorrow, inshallah, if he can play or not. But what I say in the beginning of competition, we have 26, a lot of people, lot of team. He don't have his squad completely, and Morocco he have this same problem. We need to find solution. If you have another player, he play in this position, he can give his best for the team. That is important. Is the spirit, not the player. Aguerd also, of course, is very important player in the defense. But you have Yamik, you have Banoun, you have Dari, can make the job, inshallah.
Coach, Ilyas Betahi موقع le 360.
كيفاش كتشوف الحالة
Hello,
البدنية
coach.
ديال
I'm a
اللاعبين
Moroccan
مؤخرا خاصة هذه المباراة الأخيرة
journalist.
اللي
How do
مشات
you
لكأس
see the
العالم
physical
للأندية
state of the
بالنسبة
players now,
للرياضة
especially
كيفاش
after the
كتقيس
Spanish game where
رونالدو
they played more
كمدرب
than
بالنسبة لبروسيا
120
كيف كتشوف
minutes?
خاصة
And for
كتشوف
the
دابا
player,
باش
how do you
نوصلوا لكأس
feel
العالم
now, which is your
وما نتهوديوش
first
من
World Cup, especially with the great relationship you have between you
بون
and Bono
بالنسبه للاجواء
and the rest
كما
of the
كان
players?
قلتها دونك
As
سي
for the
اكسبسيونيل
atmosphere and
صراحه
how I
كنحملوا
live
هذا
it,
وحنا
it's
في
an
الكارت فينال
exceptional
ديال لا
feeling.
كوب
It's an
دو موند
exceptional feeling. We are at the
وبالنسبه ليا
quarterfinal of a
شرف ليا
World Cup,
كبير
and for me,
والحمد
this is
لله
a great honor
وفقنا
for me. And
وقدرنا
thank
نفرحوا
God that
اوروبا
we
يعني
were
نسبيغو ان شاء الله
successful and we
نفرحوا
made
افريقيا
Moroccans
باش
happy, and we
ندخلوا
hope to make
الديمي-فينال
them
نكونوا
happy
كاول
tomorrow so
منتخب
we can move on
افريقي
to
واخر
semi-final as
يتأهل
the
للديمي-فينال ان
first
شاء الله
Arabic and African
عارفين
Arab and
كتكون
African
مهمه
country
المقابله ما تكونش
to
زعما
move on to that
سهله
stage. I
او
think
ميم طون
that the
بالنسبه
game tomorrow will be very hard.
بالنسبه للصداقه ديالي ما
At
بين
the same time,
ياسين
for my
بونو
friendship
والجمهوريه
between me
المغربيه
and
لاعبين
Bruno or
كبيرين
Mhamdi
كاملين
or all the
الفوت
players in our squad, we're all
هاد
brothers.
لا سيليكسيون تبارك
And
الله زعما
this
سانسيرمون
team,
كلشي كتشوف
thank God,
بلي
honestly,
حنا اون فامي فهمتيني
everyone is
واللي لعب
acting like
فينا
we are in the
واللي
same
تقاتل
family.
لو بلوز امبورطون هو
Whether we
الجيران
played on the
هادشي
pitch
اللي
or
كاين
not, the most important is the success. This is what I have to say.
على la
Yes,
prolongation par
for
rapport aux joueurs
for extra
et à
time.
l'état de fatigue et les
When it comes to
blessés.
the players,
Je
yes,
le
they're
répète depuis le début de
tired.
la
Yes, we
compétition,
have
on ne va pas se
injuries, and
cacher,
I
on n'est pas là
repeat
pour
it
se
since
plaindre.
the very beginning of this
Une
competition. We're not
compétition,
going to
quand tu veux
hide
aller
it,
loin, quand
and
tu
we're
veux la
not going to
gagner, il faut
complain.
compter
When
sur
you
tout le
want
monde.
to
Et
go
il faut que tout
far
le
in
monde
the
soit prêt. On a
competition,
un
you have
staff
to count on
médical, je l'ai
everyone,
dit
and
la
everyone
dernière
needs to be
fois.
happy.
Le
As I said
fédération qui travaille très
previously,
bien pour que les
is
joueurs
great. Our football
puissent
federation is fantastic,
jouer cette
so
compétition
that
à
the
chaque
players can
fois
actually go through this
à leur
competition
maximum, moyen de
at their maximum
récupération.
level.
Aujourd'hui,
Yes, and
ce
so we
qui
can
m'importe,
recuperate
c'est
too very
justement
well.
d'envoyer un
Today,
signal,
what's
c'est
important for
que
me is to
peu importe
send
qui
a
va rentrer,
message. No matter
on va donner le
who
maximum
plays on
et
the
on ne se
pitch,
cherchera pas
we will
d'excuses
give our
qu'il
best.
manquait un
We're not going
tel
to look for excuses.
ou un
Somebody's
tel. Donc
missing,
voilà,
someone else is
aujourd'hui, comme
missing.
je l'ai dit, si c'est
So,
Naïf
no,
qui peut
today,
jouer,
as
il
I said,
jouera. Si on
if
peut pas, ce
Naif
sera un
is
autre.
ready, he will
Et
play.
celui qui
If not,
rentre donnera le
somebody else will take
maximum.
his place,
On
and
est
whoever
venu
is on the pitch will give its best or
en
his best.
mission
We're
ici.
here on a
Et
mission.
il y a
We're
beaucoup
here
de
on a
joueurs qui ont
mission.
débuté la
And
compétition
several
blessés, c'est ce
players
que
have
j'ai dit.
started this
Et ce qui est
competition
magnifique,
with
c'est que
injuries. This is
on
what I
on n'a
said.
pas
And
vu le
this is
Maroc
what's
encore
so
à
great and
100%. Tous nos
exceptional.
joueurs, ils
We
jouent pas à
haven't yet
100%.
set Morocco at
Mais dans
100%
l'état
level.
d'esprit, ils sont à
Not all the
100%.
players are at
Donc voilà, ça
100%
montre
level,
la
but
marge de
mentally they
progression
are.
qu'on a
They are at
et
100%
l'état
level. This
d'esprit qu'ont
shows the
les joueurs
progress we achieved
pour
so
donner le
far
maximum
and the state of mind of our
pour le
players so
pays.
that they can give their best and the maximum level for their country.
وليد رضا السلام عليكم
So,
مساء
Mr.
الخير
Walid, I'm Rida. Hello, I'm
وليد
Rashidi from
هو سؤال
Riyadiyya
على
channel. My
التكتيك وعلى
question,
التكنيك
I'm not going to ask you about
مي
technical
السؤال ديالي
sides
هي
or
رسالة
strategic
شفنا
sides.
في هذا
My
المونديال
question is about actually
فرديناندو
what is
سانتوس
your
في
message we
المؤتمر
saw
الصحفي اللي
in
قبل
this.
قال على انه اللعابه ديال المغرب عارفينهم على انه السلاح ديالهم هما عائلاتهم والشعب اللي موراهم حنا غنتحدث على واحد الفئه اللي كتتابع المنتخب الوطني هما الناس ذوي الاعاقه لي زونديكابي في المغرب شفنا بزاف ديال والبارح شفنا واحد السيد في عمره 72 سنه ما كيشوفش جاو هو ومراته من المغرب باش يتفرج في ليكيب ناسيونال ومراته كدير له لو كومونتير ديال شنو واقع في التيران كتوصف له شنو واقع شنو هو الميساج ديالك لهاد الفئه اللي عطيتوها واحد ليسبوار وعطيتوها واحد الامل كبير باش حتى هما يعيشوا هاد اللحظه الاستثنائيه في التاريخ ديال البلاد كامله رسالة هذا سؤال ليك ولا رضا ميرسي
De toute façon, moi j'ai toujours vu une équipe nationale, elle doit servir elle doit être un porte-drapeau, on va
Well,
dire déjà,
for
sur le
a
terrain.
national team,
Mais elle
a
doit représenter
national
son
team needs
peuple,
to be
elle
proud to
doit donner
represent its
des
country,
émotions
needs to be proud
et
to
elle doit
represent its people.
rassembler. Donc voilà, l'objectif pour nous
It needs to
au
bring people
départ,
together
bien
and
sûr,
show
c'est de
emotion.
gagner des
That was
matchs, mais on sait très bien
one of
que
our
l'image est
objectives. Of course, our
importante
main
pour
objective is
pouvoir
to win
rassembler
matches, but we
tous les
know
Marocains
the
autour d'un
image
projet,
that
autour
we send out is important to try and
de choses
unify
positives.
the
Donc le
Moroccan
fait
people
qu'avec les
behind
résultats,
something
avec l'ambiance qu'il
positive
y
to
a,
fight for.
et quand on
So,
sent
having achieved all of
l'énergie
these results,
positive qui nous pousse,
having seen
forcément,
the
les
positive
gens
energy, the people getting
voilà,
behind us,
s'identifient à nous et c'est tant mieux. À un moment donné, on était
it's
divisés
fantastic,
autour
and
de l'équipe
people are
nationale. Si on a pu
identifying with us,
rassembler les Marocains
and we've
autour
managed
du
to
football
unite
pour une période donnée, je
Moroccans
pense qu'il n'y a pas...
behind this football
Ça vaut
team.
plus que tout, plus que
And
l'argent,
I
plus
think
que même les titres.
that's
À partir
worth
du moment
more
où on a
than
réussi
anything. It's
ça,
worth more than
c'est
money,
quelque chose de bien.
more than
Mais
titles. I think it's
c'est ce
fantastic.
que je dis aux joueurs, il ne faut pas s'arrêter
But what I
là.
say to
C'est bien, on a rendu des
players
gens heureux,
is
mais il ne
that's
faut
not
pas oublier
enough.
qu'on n'est pas
We've made
venu
people happy,
que pour ça.
we've made
On
people
n'est pas venu
proud,
que pour ça.
but but that's not the only reason we're here. We are here, and I've always said this, to win games and to go as far as we can in this tournament. And if on top of that, we can bring hope and positive energy to people, then that's fantastic. But, you know, we are focused on what we do on the pitch. And, you know, that's great for the Moroccan people, of course.
I am
Moroccan.
Walid Moutawakil pour la chaîne marocaine M24, ici deuxième rang, à ta droite, Walid.
Here, Moroccan TV on the second row. For a coach, is it difficult to come back down from the clouds after that euphoria of qualification? Is it difficult to make sure that everyone's feet are on the ground and get people back to work? And for the player,
My question for Tagnaouti, what's your comment about all the videos and pictures we saw in all the Arabic countries after your victory? As we all saw on social platforms, pretty much all Arabs are supporting us, are behind us, and we know that Africans are doing the same. So we do know that this gives us a very positive to move on in this competition, and I do thank them a lot for their support, and first and foremost to the Moroccan supporters, but at the same time the Arab supporters and the African supporters.
Non, bah tu me connais, moi. De toute façon, le nuage, moi, je suis pas encore monté dans le nuage, ça c'est sûr.
Well, you know, I've never been carried away by that euphoria. I've always had my feet on the ground, and that's our mentality. It's great to see people happy, supporting us, but we are here for the competition. And what's important for us is to win tomorrow's match, to write the history books. I think the longer we go on in this tournament, the better it will be for us and for our people. And we need to help people to understand that we have achieved a great deal, but it's not enough. We want to go further. And so we're going to have to fight to make sure that we are still hard to beat. We can't rest on our laurels. And that's what I tell the players. We haven't got carried away by the euphoria. We've just surprised a few people and surprised a few algorithms who expected Belgium to get through to the quarterfinals and expected Spain to get through. All of these statistics, this data about possession, all of these Harvard calculations, they all thought they knew who was going to win the World Cup. But we are trying to make sure that they understand that we are here too, and our players are hungry. We're not satisfied with where we've come so far.
مروة حلمي from BBC Arabic. I'm going to ask in Arabic. سؤالي هل الوصول لهذا
I'm Egyptian journalist. My question, getting to this point for the first time for an Arab squad, is this extra pressure for a Moroccan team that we saw that they play every match, they played it as the last match without any pressure?
هلا احنا كنلعبوا بالضغط ديما.
No. We play under pressure, always. Our supporters always ask more of us, ask the best of us. And this is normal. This is understandable. Since we got here, nobody was wishing us to win not a single match. And then they were asking for the second round, and we did. Now we're at the quarterfinal. I know Moroccans, and I know Arab people. Yes, we can make it. We can make history again. Of course, we do have this pressure, but it's a positive pressure. This is very important. So we can push us, so we can help. It can help us actually play with this pressure, so you won't make any mistake. Of course, again, pressure is always here, but we feel that when any African or Arab or any other team is playing, we know that our supporters want us to win, so they can be happy. And this is what I want to instill in my players, so they can be calm and they give their best. I'm Osama Walid from Tunisia. Mr. Walid, the Moroccan squad have made the greatest realization in history. For the first time, an Arab squad gets into a quarterfinal. My question is about the Arab coach. With this change concerning the look we give for such Arab coaches, after your experiences, would, for example, European teams choose an Arab coach? This question is probably best to ask to the European clubs. Why don't they hire Arab coaches? Maybe it's a cultural question. Maybe it's a mentality aspect. Today, I think it's impossible that Manchester City or Barcelona will bring an Arab coach. They don't even think about it. As if we're not worthy, as if we were ignorant in football, or we're incapable of such a task. However, there's moments in history that make people change their mind, and it's upon us, the Arab and African coaches, to show that we are ready. But we've spoke about statistics already. When you put 5 African coaches, you have more chances that if results are there, yes, these coaches will be seen. We've seen the Senegal, for example, and Morocco, for example. So yes, African coaches with great results can actually show statistically and mathematically. So at a certain point, this could happen. When people talk about experience, look, journalists, we do have Moroccan journalists. 10 years that I am a coach, and nobody looked at me. Oh, he doesn't have any experiences. He wants to go play in Europe. It's impossible for him. Let's look for somebody else who can. Yes, 7 games, and I'm in the quarterfinal. Explain to me how. Explain this miracle. Experience, it doesn't matter. It's skills. It doesn't matter your background, religiously speaking or culturally speaking, or where you're from. Skills are the only measure, and then we'll see. If you're not worthy, if you don't have the skills, then you could leave. When I spoke to the president of our football federation, I told them, I'll go with you to the World Cup. And he said, well, maybe even beyond that. He said, no. If we're not that successful, I will leave. Sometimes things are different. Yes, sometimes they negotiate the old way. But me, I want to change the mentality. Sometimes we have to be honest. For me, skills. Skills are very important. A lot of African coaches can actually coach in Europe and in great clubs. Hello.
Hello, Benjamin Zumel from Germany, T-Online. I would like to ask you in English. When you look at your last opponent, Spain, a team with in the World Cup with the most possession by far, your next opponent, Portugal, has a bit less, like 57% average. How will that change your game plan for the game tomorrow, when you will have a bit more possession than in the Spain game, where you talked about having the mentality to run all the time for the ball? Tomorrow you will get the ball a bit more.
Yes, of course, you run a lot against Spain, but and for that, I listened a lot of critics about the game against Spain, because you let the ball to Spain. But we don't have a lot of choice when we play against one best team of the world. And when you see the last 20 games of Spain, nobody in the world can keep the possession in the Spain. And I don't know why, after this game, a lot of people, and European people, begin to talk about, yes, Morocco defend a lot, he let the ball, but I see French team against Spain, maybe 1 year ago, he don't have the ball, Germany, Portugal also, and why Morocco need to keep the ball? Why African team need to play very well, and you lose after, and you begin to cry about your spirit? We play same of European team, tomorrow also, we go for that. Maybe Portugal can keep the ball, but I agree with you. If you let a lot the ball to Portugal tomorrow, maybe it's a mistake. You need to pass one step, inshallah. Maybe you keep more the ball, for you have more power, inshallah, for you make history. But we have a plan for tomorrow, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, c'est Walid.
Hello, Mr. Walid Bounaf from NAF TV platform. First of all, congratulations for this quarterfinal that you have reached. And as you said, the dream is getting bigger. The dream is getting better. And by the grace of God, Moroccans want more. They want to actually get to the semi-final. What are the things that are worrying you the most with this Portuguese squad? Especially that we heard from the intonation of the Portuguese coach that Ronaldo probably won't be there, because the way he spoke about it would probably mean that he wouldn't solicit the Ronaldo skills for tomorrow's match. What scares you the most for the Portuguese, this Portuguese squad, so we can enter history again tomorrow?
Une des meilleures équipes au monde demain. On a un gros challenge.
We're going to be playing one of the best teams in the world tomorrow. It's going to be a great challenge. They have quality players everywhere. They could play 2 or 3 teams. They've changed a lot of players. So not everyone's played every match, so they're going to be fresh. I don't know if Ronaldo's going to play, but I hope he won't. As a coach, I know that he's one of the best players in history. And so I'd be delighted if he didn't play. But we're not going to focus on Portugal. That would be a mistake. They are hungry. They also want to get into the history books. And I think we'll have more supporters in the stadium, and that could help us. We're going to have a lot of support. And we can do it. Why not? We need to be optimistic and positive, but of course it's not going to be easy. We need to be humble, and we can't get carried away. We've had a good result against Spain. Can we do it again 4 days later? I don't know. But that's the challenge that I've laid down to my players. I said, can you do it? Do you think you're capable of doing it? And we'll see the response tomorrow, and I do hope that it will be positive.
Hello, Mr. Walid. Hello, Rida. First of all, wherever we go, here in Qatar or even in Saudi Arabia, everybody comes and hugs us and says, hello, you have made us proud. The press conference for the Portuguese team, it was said that somebody was said to me, why do you wear the Moroccan jersey? This shows that they're kind of afraid of us, doesn't it? I want you to know that we count you as a brother for everyone. We want you to fight. We want you to fight because His Majesty, even His Majesty came down the street to celebrate with his people, and this is extraordinary. This is not a question. This is not a question, but it's a message. It's a message. Yes, yes, they will fight. They will fight. They will fight. We want you to make us happy, and thank you very much, Mr. Rida, too, as well.
السلام عليكم. جلول تويجر من جريدة.
Hello, Jalul Twijer from Muntahab newspaper. I said they will fight. I said they will fight. Mr. Walid, thank you. Thank you for our national squad because you made Moroccans happy. You are our pride. Mr. Walid, I wanted to know, what are the feeling among the Moroccan players and you personally? How do you feel when you saw His Majesty, our king, the Moroccan king, come down to celebrate with his people wearing the national jersey, hoisting the Moroccan flag? How did that make you feel? How did that make you feel? Did that give you an extra push so you can actually fight, as you just said, so we can be winners tomorrow and we can make history again in the brightest of ways? Thank you.
Hello.
Me? Okay.
First
and foremost, this is a pride when you see His Majesty coming down the street celebrating with the Moroccan people. We saw this on the social platforms, we saw the videos, and this gave us an extraordinary energy so we can go ahead and move forward. And why not? Why not get to the semifinals and we will fight to get there. We will give it our all. The players are aware of the importance of the game tomorrow, so we can see one more time His Majesty happy as well as our Moroccan people. Coach Walid.
I'm from Guinea. Congratulations on getting this far and on the excellent work that you've done in such a short space of time as coach of Morocco. Someone said earlier that you were the 4th African team to get to the quarterfinals. And in the discussions, I get the impression that many people are happy with that. And they think that that's enough. But I think you can go better than that. Is that the message you're trying to get across to your team? That not only can you break this glass ceiling, but you can go even further than this quarterfinal stage. Well, let's take every match as it comes. This is the 4th time that an African team has got this far, and we have that pressure on our shoulders. But as I said, that is a positive feeling for us. We want to make history, and that's the mentality we've had since the very beginning. We are focused. We have been playing well. The is the only problem that we have is that we've played a lot of very good teams already in this tournament, and so we've expended a great deal of energy. And if you look at the previous African quarterfinalists, they had easier teams to face. But we played against Croatia, Belgium, Canada, who was one of the best teams the best team in North America, and then the team who makes you run more than anyone else in the round of 16, Spain. And now we're facing Portugal, one of the best teams in the world. So this is a great challenge. We've got nothing to lose. The challenge is to do as well as we did in the previous games. And if we do get through, then we would have beaten all of the best sides practically. And so, yes, we want to show that Africa deserves to be here, Morocco deserves to be here, that football is global, and that we have good players, we have the federation behind us, we have a whole people behind us, and in fact a whole continent behind us today.
Ça fait beaucoup de gens derrière nous.
The Arab world as well, so that's a lot of people behind us. And so hopefully that energy is something that we're going to be able to draw from. And we're going to do everything we can. We're going to dig deep to try and ensure that we have no regrets after this match. If Portugal wins and resolves the problems that we're going to face them, we'll applaud them and we'll wish them good luck. Hello, Walid. In a program I saw earlier, a former Argentine player said that Morocco was the best team in the World Cup so far because of its intensity. Do you feel that as well? And for the player, I would say it's wonderful to be so happy and pleased with yourself being the third goalkeeper. That's probably not easy.
Were you afraid after you saw the injury of Bono?
Well,
first and foremost, when any player in the world is very happy and ecstatic when he plays in World Cup. And as for fear, no, this shouldn't exist in football. This is just a game after all. So you don't have to be afraid. You might be afraid if you're not ready from the very beginning of this competition in this World Cup. So wherever I'm needed in our national squad, I will be there. I will be there and try to emulate what my players have done.
Extra time, please. Two last questions.
Ouais, écoute, c'est gentil de la part de... C'est Sorine, c'est ça? Ouais.
Sorine,
c'est gentil. Après, je pense qu'en termes d'intensité, tu as des équipes comme l'Angleterre aussi.
Yes, I think that's a very nice thing to hear. There are other good teams as well, England, Brazil.
C'est pas mal, nous on joue avec nos moyens.
There are other good teams as well. But we play according to our values and our style, and we don't forget where we've come from.
Si on veut procéder autrement, je pense qu'on fait une grosse erreur. Aujourd'hui, on est outsider.
Go further, that's the way we need to be. We know our strengths and weaknesses, we're a solid team. We know it's going to be tough to score, and it's difficult to score against us.
Voilà, il faut qu'on reste sur ça. Ce que j'ai dit aux joueurs, c'est le jour où on va
That's what we need
s'enflammer,
to
qu'on
focus
va croire qu'on est
we shouldn't get carried away by the euphoria.
ça. En tout cas, dans cette compétition, on fera une grosse erreur et on prendra la porte et on sera déçus.
And it would be a big mistake to get carried away by this euphoria, as I've said. So we need to continue to show that intensity and keep the games high tempo. We need to ensure that we do everything we can. They're going to want to get straight into us very quickly and try and score early because they know that we might be tired after 120 minutes that we played the other night. But if we manage to get through the half-time level, then it's going to be more and more difficult for them as the match goes on. So hopefully we're going to be able to keep it that way.
Mohamed Belaudi from Sport.ma. My question is for Mr. Regragui. Congratulations and best of luck for tomorrow. My question is, today, do you think that the Moroccan mentality indeed changed indeed, and the objective that you were trying to realize that we move on from just coming here and representing ourselves, and then we leave crying saying that we played well, but oh well, we didn't really we didn't really win. What would you do so that this is not just an exception and then we fall back on our laurels? What do you think should be done in Moroccan football so we can build on these realizations? Yes, things have changed. It's changed because we have
Well, the more you experience these occasions, the more you want to experience that joy again. And a lot of other teams have been watching us and would love to be in our shoes. But of course, you need to work with the federation, with the clubs, to ensure that everything's in place to go further. And that's the right path. African teams have made a great deal of progress with this. There's a Super League going to be set up in Africa, and that's what we need to see. And we're trying to invest in football around the continent, and there always needs to be a forerunner, someone showing the way. And if we can do that, then that's fantastic. And we know that we are making great progress, investing in infrastructure in Morocco, trying to change the mentality as well. If players can show that anything is possible, if you believe in it, then that's great. That's also the role of sport, to try and bring people together, to show people that they can dream. And that is what this World Cup is doing. There are people from different origins, different countries. We're all here in Qatar to make a show, to show that anything's possible, and to try and get people behind us. Because we are a team that people like to see, but I'd like others to take us seriously as well, in terms of being a threat to others because of the way we play. It's no chance that we've got this far, and we've worked very hard to get here.
At 6 p.m. in Dubai Stadium, and we'll be open for 15 minutes. Thank you for your coming and your attention. Thank you, Coach.